That's how a traffic stop led authorities to more than 100 pieces of stolen mail.
And when you think Comcast, you think cable probably. Now the company is going to try to get cell phone services for it. How much it'll cost next.
From KGW, where the news comes first, this is Northwest News Channel 8 at 10 on Portland CW.
Hello, the threat of freezing rain has road crews on alert tonight.
As of just seconds ago, we're under a winter storm warning now, and the streets could get slick. It's our top story tonight at 10, and we have First Alert Storm Team coverage for you. Matt Safina will tell us when the freezing rain will arrive. Keely Chalmers has a look at how road crews are preparing, but we begin with Scott Burton live in Hood River. Scott, what's it like out there right now?
Well, Laurel, the streets are already slick here in Hood River. Take a look at this. This is just one of the many side streets in Hood River. It is completely covered in ice. Cars have been spinning their wheels for the last hour or so as they come through here. And the storm, the real storm, hasn't even hit yet.
It's frozen and pretty dangerous, in fact.
The chill has arrived. Even by Hood River standards, it's starting to get cold. The roads are already frozen, and snow is in the forecast.
It's going to make things pretty tricky here in town, that's for sure.
At the Hood River County Public Works Yard, the graders and plows are ready to roll. 4 a.m., if not earlier, more than a dozen workers will hit the streets.
In best case, it's going to stay just like this right now and be just cold overnight. Worst case, we're going to have 8 to 12 inches of snow with some ice underneath.
On I-84, a full crew of ODOT workers will remain on standby overnight. 24 or more will watch the conditions by the minute.
And tomorrow it's supposed to be icy.
In the meantime, it's life as normal for those in Hood River.
Just play it by ear each time the day comes around and you get the different weather conditions.
Bruce and Mary Zega hang holiday lights outside their office building. And in Jackson Park, it's all about the snow play and getting in a little practice before they hit the slopes.
Yeah, we pulled a bench out, build up a little kicker to it so we can jib while the season's still young.
Hood River on a Wednesday night. The calm before the storm, the ice before the snow, before the next round of ice. I just checked with ODOT. They are reporting spots of ice along Interstate 84 from Troutdale all the way out to the Dalles. You're also advised to carry the tire chains just in case you need them. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Scott. Closer into the city, the question is, how will tomorrow's commute be? News Channel 8's Keely Chalmers is live at ODOT's maintenance yard in northeast Portland with a look at how crews are getting ready. Keely?
Yeah, Joe, this station is responsible for the highways and interstate through the gorge, so needless to say, crews here are expecting a busy night ahead. Now, already several trucks are out on the roads, and as you can see behind me, several more here are lined up in the yard, getting ready to head out when the freezing rain hits. One by one, ODOT trucks loaded up with sand and rolled out of the East Portland Maintenance Station.
This is the headquarters for what happens on the gorge in 84. This is where the action will be tonight.
More than 24 sand and de-icing trucks will be traveling I-84 and other areas in the gorge, making sure if there's freezing rain, the roads stay open.
If the freezing rain hits and it does form ice on 84, they will go out with sanding trucks first, followed immediately by de-icing trucks.
And just as ODOT crews run through the night, so will TriMet. To keep the tracks from freezing, the East Side Max will run every 10 minutes overnight, and TriMet will chain up nearly half of its bus fleet. Meantime, the city of Portland is scaling back its ice plan tonight, confident the freezing rain will miss the metro area. Still, it says it will have crews on standby.
We've got 2 crews ready to go, 160 people per crew, 100 trucks and other vehicles out on a moment's notice if we have to.
ODOT says even with the sand and de-icer, it's up to drivers to do their part.
Dial into the morning news and find out if it's really icy and if you should go to work right away.
And as you can see right there, a de-icer truck just pulled out, looking like it's going to be heading out of the yard, trying to find some roads to monitor, or at least to clean up. Now, while ODOT crews are handling this side of the river, we know that the Washington Department of Transportation is busy to the north of us. We're told about a dozen or so de-icer trucks will be monitoring SR-14 right now and will continue to do so throughout the night. Laurel, back to you.
We appreciate those crews. Thank you, Keely. So which areas will see the most freezing rain? Chief Meteorologist Matt Safino has been watching this storm on live Doppler 8000 tonight. He joins us with a look at who will see the worst of it, Matt.
It'll certainly be East County and East Clark County and then back on out through the gorge. Let me show you the radar. You can see this line of rain that's now cresting the coast range and moving into the valleys. That's going to be cruising on in as we go into the next hour or so. Now, the question, of course, is the temperatures. Here they are for you. You can see it's below freezing in Troutdale. Right at 32, 33 in Portland. We're at 33 downtown. Scappoose is now at freezing. So it's a borderline case, but it is all the areas that are under the influence of that increasingly strong east wind this evening that'll see the worst of the weather. And you can see the east winds are picking up Troutdale, Portland, even Vancouver, and out towards Scappoose. So it's kind of a borderline situation for us. We're under a winter storm warning until tomorrow morning at 10. The iciest area is definitely eastern Multnomah County, eastern Clark County. It'll all turn to rain by mid-morning, and some places south of about Wilsonville will probably just see all rain overnight tonight. And of course, coming up in a little bit, we're going to take a closer look at some of the temperatures in the setup for this freezing rain. But I also want to show you where you can find up-to-date weather information on KGW.com. Check it out right now. You can see, go to our homepage and click on weather, and that'll bring you here. This is the main weather page. And you can check local temperatures, as you can see, right like that. Really easy to check it out and find out which areas are getting the sub-freezing temperatures. Of course, we've got live Doppler 8000 radar on the website. We're the only television station in Oregon to operate our own radar, and you can see it's coming in just as we speak there. You can also check for school closures in the morning, find out if the kids have to go to school or whether or not they can play in the ice, as it may be. And if you have pictures of the weather that you'd like to send us, by all means do that. Go to our weather page and click on the weather pic section, and you can send your pictures in to us, and we'll show them on TV. So that's it in a nutshell for KGW.com. You can get the latest up-to-date weather information there. And, of course, I'll be back in a little bit to show you just exactly how long this freezing rain event will last and what happens next. Back to you.
Matt, thanks a lot. We'll see you then. In the morning, be sure to join Brenda, Dave, and Russ as well, starting at 5 a.m. for News Channel 8 at sunrise. They'll have the latest on our fall freeze, including the day's forecast, traffic reports, and any school closures, too.
One of the snowmobilers who is missing near Mount Bachelor has died. Today we learned that 53-year-old Roger Rouse was dead when rescuers found him yesterday. His 29-year-old son Brian is recovering from hypothermia. Authorities have been unable to remove Roger Rouse's body from the wilderness because of the weather and terrain in the area where he was found.
The federal government wrongly accused him of playing a role in the Madrid train bombing, so Brandon Mayfield sued. And now the Portland lawyer has settled for $2 million. FBI agents jailed Mayfield after analysts mistakenly matched a fingerprint found on a bag near the 2004 Madrid train bombing to Mayfield's print from his military service. Mayfield says the government targeted him because he's a Muslim, and he says his home and office were searched illegally.
I myself have dark memories of stifling paranoia, of being monitored, followed, watched, tracked.
The government apologized to the Mayfield family after he was released and issued another apology today, and the FBI says the problem linked to matching fingerprints has been fixed.
Authorities have arrested a man for a triple murder in the Bethany area, but they're not saying what led them to the suspect. 31-year-old Ricardo Serrano faces 3 counts of aggravated murder. He appeared in court this afternoon. Detectives arrested Serrano yesterday at his workplace. Authorities say earlier this month he shot and killed Melody Dang and her 2 sons in their Bethany home. Investigators say there was no sign of forced entry at the house.
I can tell you this was not a stranger-to-stranger crime.
They knew each other.
There was some relationship between the suspect and the victims.
Serrano's being held without bail.
An Alert Canby police officer likely saved the identities of 25 people when he stopped a speeding car. News Channel 8's Andrea Cantu joins us now live from the newsroom. And Andrea, the officer found more than stolen mail.
That's right, Joe. The officer found a rifle and drugs along with more than 100 pieces of stolen mail. Officers believe they have the identities of at least 25 people in their car.
They can go up here to...
Part of country living for Rick Carlson now includes protecting his identity. For the second time, thieves have stolen his mail.
It doesn't surprise me that people do it because it has happened before. And I'll guarantee you that we are not the only people whose mail has been taken.
Police say sometime early Tuesday morning, 28-year-old Eric Cook and 18-year-old Calvin Saunders stole not only Carlson's mail, but they hit at least 24 other mailboxes before they were pulled over by Officer Chris Sharmota.
The vehicle was speeding and had a tail light out.
and just a normal traffic stop that we make. And these people were from out of the city, and just gave some clues that something was going on that wasn't quite right.
When Sharmota patted Saunders down, he found a .22 caliber clip in his coat pocket. Saunders then admitted the rifle was in the back seat. Also found more than 100 pieces of stolen mail and methamphetamine.
Typically, they use this mail to further purchase their methamphetamine. They can either sell it off or use it for identity theft.
Sharmota says the thieves were looking for quick cash, possibly stuffed in holiday cards. 5 pieces of Carlson's mail were also found in the car.
None of our bills were in there, but there was actually some information from some mortgage companies, things like that. It has your name, your address, and that's a start for getting into identity theft.
The Carlsons will once again have to watch their credit. And because their mailbox is more than 200 yards away from their home, they've asked for a post office box. They've been put on a 6-month waiting list.
Also frustrating for the Carlsons, both Saunders and Cook are out of jail tonight. They say laws regarding stealing mail should be tougher. Laurel, back to you.
Andrea, thank you. Oregon's biggest cable company is going mobile. It's a story you'll see in tomorrow's Oregonian. Portland is one of just 2 cities in the country where Comcast is trying out cell phone service. Comcast mobile plans start at $33 a month, and rates are comparable to what other companies charge. But to subscribe, customers also have to get digital TV from Comcast. Comcast says it doesn't plan aggressive marketing for the cell phones, at least not for the time being, but we'll watch how customers in Portland and Boston use the service. You can read more about Portland's expanding cell phone market in tomorrow's Oregonian.
Tonight, Oregon's governor is out of the country.
He's been visiting troops in Iraq, next where else he's headed before coming home.
Plus, what Iran's president had to say in a letter to the American people.
And investigators found traces of radiation on 2 British Airways planes. What the airline says about the risks to the public.
It's the most magical time of the year. Experience advanced performance and technology at Acura's Drive Home for the Holidays sales opportunity. Take advantage of special financing on select Acura models for well-qualified customers.
Limited edition gifts for everyone on your list, from autographed guitars to ornaments with Swarovski crystals, while supplies last, starting November 26th.
Well, hello.
Call or visit your local Geico office.
Announcing the Subaru All-Wheel Deal year-end clearance, because now is the best time to get a new Subaru Outback or Forester. Come in for a great deal on an Outback. For a limited time, lease one for $239 per month. The all-wheel drive Outback and Forester. Both are great alternatives to gas-guzzling SUVs, and they have a 5-star crash test rating. Lease one for $239 per month. Hurry in. Offers are ending soon.
Oregon's governor just paid a visit to Iraq. This video from Balad shows him and other governors greeting troops. He spent the last 2 days visiting Oregonians serving in Iraq. Today, Kulangoski spoke with us via satellite from Kuwait. He says it's important for him to make this trip, especially this time of year.
It's been very, very rewarding. That's what I was looking for. So let them know that their governor here is, and he's thinking about them at this holiday season.
Before the governor heads home, he will visit Afghanistan. There are currently 900 Oregon Guard members serving in that country. You can watch our entire interview on KGW.com in our video center.
President Bush and Iraqi Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki are in Jordan tonight, but a meeting scheduled for tonight was postponed until tomorrow. Our top news beyond the Northwest. The president joined the King of Jordan for a dinner in Amman, but the Iraqi Prime Minister did not attend. Hours before President Bush arrived in Jordan, Iraq's president signed a security agreement with Iran. However, the White House is not saying if that decision played a role in tonight's postponement of the meeting between Mr. Bush and al-Maliki. The president of Iran has sent an open letter to the American public urging them to support the withdrawal of U.S. troops from Iraq. In a letter released today, President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad criticizes President Bush's policies in the war on terror. He says the government should spend money on things like Hurricane Katrina victims, poverty, and homelessness. The letter makes no mention of Iran's nuclear program.
British Airways is trying to contact tens of thousands of passengers after traces of radiation turned up on airplanes. This is just the latest twist in the investigation into a former Russian spy's death. 2 British Airways jets tested positive for radiation, and a 3rd jet will be tested. The airline says the public health risk is low. Investigators discovered the radiation while checking places Alexander Litvinenko and people he met had been. Litvinenko died last week after someone used a rare radioactive element to poison him. Today, NASA announced things are on track for its first nighttime shuttle launch in 4 years. The Space Shuttle Discovery is set to launch next Thursday. NASA required the 3 launches that followed the Columbia disaster to be daylight launches. That way, officials could get a good look at the shuttle's external fuel tank in case foam fell off. NASA needs to resume nighttime launches, though, to finish the International Space Station by 2010.
They lit the Christmas tree tonight at New York's Rockefeller Center. 3, 2, 1. There it is, 30,000 colored lights on the 9-ton tree. Several celebrities, including Tina Fey and Al Roker, were on hand for tonight's tree lighting.
And this holiday season, you can help kids in need by giving to the News Channel 8 Great Toy Drive. Donations are starting to come into our toy box, but we need your help to fill all this space. Just drop off a new unwrapped toy at any Les Schwab store, Regent's office, or here at our News Channel 8 studios. We're at 1501 Southwest Jefferson in downtown Portland. We're collecting toys through December 19th, and you'll find more information on our website, KTW.com.
Matt's here now with the latest on this storm, and it certainly looks like it could have been a lot worse.
It certainly could have, but it's going to be bad for some places. Some other places will say, hey, what freezing rain? We're just above freezing, but it's one of those deals where we're right on the edge, and some places will remain just above freezing. Others are going to have a few hours, perhaps, of some freezing rain. Let me show you the temperatures right now in the metro area. 31 out in Troutdale still. We're 33 downtown in the airport, who's bouncing around between 32 and 33. But notice Scappoose, of course, up the river, they're at 32. And I had a report from a viewer up in Kelso said there's been quite a bit of freezing rain up that way. So it is coming down. On radar, well, this is Futurecast actually, showing us how much rain we're expecting. Not a lot in terms of the actual amount of liquid precipitation, 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch. But again, it takes much less than 1/10 of an inch of rain to produce some problems with freezing rain. So that's why we're being extra cautious with this, as you should be. It's going to be driving later tonight or tomorrow morning. I think that the main roads will probably be generally okay, with the exception of I-84 through the gorge, because of the heat from the tires. But the side roads are going to get icy, for sure, especially in East County. Our high today was 35. We're at 33 right now. Look at Pendleton at 19, and that cool air acts as a source out here as it comes through the gorge and feeds into the Portland area. And as our storm gets closer, it actually increases the wind flow coming out of the gorge because the pressure is lower near this front. So as the warmer air gets closer, it's kind of a double-edged sword here. It actually increases the pull of that cool air through the gorge. At the same time, temperatures aloft are warming. Up at the West Hills, for instance, at 1,200 feet, temperature's gone up a degree or two in the last hour. So again, we are seeing warming in come from above and from the south. But in the meantime, places that are insulated from that warming will get rain falling into below freezing air, freezes on contact. That is basically the definition of freezing rain. High temperatures, as I mentioned, not very, just 35 in Portland, and look at only 25 in the Grand and 20 in Baker City. Now, the big picture shows promise for a drier way to go through the weekend. This last storm, this is the last of our series of strong November weather systems, will push on through. That's moving out of here. In fact, by afternoon, we should get some clearing tomorrow. And then high pressure will build in over us. That moves in, and that leads to some much-needed warmer and especially drier weather for us. You can see how fast the system moves through. Again, Futurecast tomorrow morning, we're almost out of it. By mid-morning, we are out of it. All the precipitation will end, so it does improve rather quickly. This storm is a fast mover, which is certainly playing in our favor. Portland's Christmas tree live from our Skycam on the Pioneer Park building in downtown Portland. Again, 33 at the airport and downtown, but I was just checking some other temperatures around town. Gresham 31, Southeast Portland 29, Multnomah Village right at 32, so several areas are right at or below freezing, hence the freezing rain forecast. On the coast, some good winds tonight, and then rain showers tomorrow. Highs will be pushing into the 50s after lows in the 30s tonight. In the valleys, rain and pockets of freezing rain possible along the foothills of the Cascades or the Coast Range. That's why there's no winter storm warning there as you warm into the 40s and stay above freezing for the most part overnight tonight. But in the Cascades, a winter storm warning, you go snow, then ice, then rain, and then back to snow tomorrow night as the snow level drops. So it's really going to be a mess over Highway 26 and Government Camp, and then you just go back to plain old snow tomorrow afternoon. Winter storm warning in the gorge. This will be the worst of it. A couple of inches of snow in Hood River and then freezing rain, and you only get up to 36 in the Dalles and Hood River tomorrow. With all that snow on the ground, too, it's going to feel cold, take a while to melt out. 1 to 2 inches of snow in the Columbia, east of the Cascades, Columbia Basin towards Pendleton. We'll see a little freezing rain. And here in the Portland area, lows will be right around where they are right now, 30, 31 degrees. Couple places like 28, 29, like up in Gresham. Up in Clark County, 31, but then 41. But again, it's the temperatures right now into the morning hours. So winter storm warning till 10 a.m., rain and freezing rain. Some places will be just rain as temperatures hover right around freezing in the morning hours. Then it's just rain, showers, and sun breaks. 43 tomorrow. On Friday, we get up to up into the 40s, and we dry it out as we go through the weekend. So that's your forecast. You can catch us, of course, on Weather Plus all the time, 8.2 and 128 on digital cable, and we'll be right back.
Tonight's weather was brought to you by Standard TV and Appliance.
Want to create something extraordinary? Create perfection. Our lifestyle appliances make it easy.
When only the best will do. Standard TV and Appliance and you.
Nissan asks, what's your resolution? More versatility, style, utility, space. How about saving money during Nissan's National Year-End Sales Event? Get 1,000 Nissan cash back on the 2006 Nissan Xterra. This offer ends soon. Get to your Nissan dealer now and resolve to save.
Extra, extra! Wix takes an extra 10% off everything store-wide during Wix Holiday Super Sale. Take an extra 10% off living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, every room. Our everyday low prices just got 10% lower. Plus 0 payments till 2,000 days. Take an extra 10% off everything throughout the store, including bedding, accessories, and more. Plus extra time to pay. 0 payments till 2,000 days. Right now at Wix.
The new model year is off to an exciting start at the Chrysler Premier event. See the debut of our first SUV, the new Chrysler Aspen, and the all-new Sebring sedan. They join the new, more powerful Pacifica, the award-winning Chrysler 300 with available all-wheel drive, and the Town & Country with stow-and-go seating.
Well-qualified buyers get 0% financing for 60 months or cash allowances of $5,500 on 06 Town & Country.
See Town & Country and the rest of our new lineup at the Chrysler Premier event.
Well, so far, the Oregon basketball schedule has been as soft as a marshmallow over a campfire, but tonight, quite a test. Playing at 23rd-ranked Georgetown. Georgetown's nickname is the Hoyas, but its mascot, Jack the Bulldog. No questions, please. Ducks have had their problems on the East Coast. No problem tonight. Tawan Porter, rare pull-up three. Malik Harrison hasn't played this year because of a groin injury. Suffice to say, it has healed up nicely. Ducks are kind of scary good because they can hit from the outside and they can also clean up on the inside. Just ask Bryce Taylor. Oregon started to press on the gas pedal late in the game. The Ducks just looked quicker and they looked like they were in better shape, and it showed. Aaron Brooks takes things over in the last couple of minutes. Oregon with a surprising win at Georgetown, 57-50.
You know, they was going to get up and, you know, pressure our wings, and they didn't want to kick it out to our deadly shooter, so that left the lane a little bit open for me to create some shots for myself.
Regardless of how things go, when it comes to the end of the game, we have a lead. Even though, you know, some things may not go our way, we're confident that we're going to win this game because we just are mature now, and we're more mature, and we have more confidence in each other as a team.
Next game for the Ducks in Portland next Saturday at the Rose Garden against Nebraska. The Blazers don't play again until Friday when they host the Orlando Magic, but what a sight it was last night seeing Jermaine O'Neal play the way he did. Here's a guy who sat on the Blazers bench for 4 years until he was traded to Indiana and now has become an all-star. Jermaine was stuck on the bench behind Rasheed Wallace and Brian Grant. His minutes were few and far between, but Jermaine claims to this day that he deserved to play, that he was dominant in practice, but head coach Mike Dunleavy didn't give him the chance. Higher interview with Jermaine.
A lot of people get drafted. You know, a lot of draft picks work, a lot of draft picks don't work. My progress was stated, and my progress happened every single year, and you know, it just really got ignored.
You can see my entire interview with Jermaine this Sunday night on Sports Sunday. O'Neal very mature, very candid about his days in Portland. That's Sunday night, right after the Seahawks and Broncos game. We'll be right back.
Tonight's sports was brought to you by your Portland Metro Toyota dealers. Moving forward.
In certain conditions, rain, snow, emergency turns, your car can lose its direction, and that can get ugly. But Toyota has a system that distributes power or brake in the blink of an eye and keeps you going in the direction you want to go. It's called Vehicle Stability Control, and it's standard equipment on every Toyota SUV.
Now get $750 customer cash on a new Highlander.
Toyota, a smart way to keep moving forward.
Welcome to America's largest Christmas bazaar. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Expo Center. Thousands of unique gifts, from garden art to gourmet foods. You'll find it all at America's largest Christmas bazaar this weekend. How fast is your quarter mile?
Oh, 5 minute 10?
How fast is your internet?
Oh, well, with Comcast, it's way faster than my old DSL.
They have this thing called PowerBoost. Fastest thing I've ever seen. Games, music, videos.
I'm so glad I came back to Comcast.
Comes with free McAfee security.
It's fast, and it's safe.
They're making the internet fun again.
I only pay $33 a month for a whole year. I've never had a service disruption either.
So you can keep on running.
Exactly.
Life comes with standard safety features. They're all around you. Gambling can have its own safety features. When you gamble, set a budget. Set a time limit. Play safe.
Free-spirited. Living life in high gear. And never ever holding back. That's you, and that's Chevy. Now every 2007 SUV and light-duty truck comes with the GM 100,000-mile warranty. Buy or lease an eligible Chevy SUV or Silverado and receive 2 season passes to Mount Bachelor valued at almost $2,000. Qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on this 07 Tahoe 1LT 4x4 for around $399 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. See your Northwest Chevy dealer today.
Don't miss America's largest Christmas bazaar this weekend at the Expo Center. Handmade gifts, foods, and decorations, plus the latest gadgets. More than 1,000 booths. America's largest Christmas bazaar opens Friday.
Stick a fork in me, Jerry. I'm done.
Kramer's cooked. Hey, buddy. On the next Seinfeld.
Tonight at 11 on Portland CW.
Carrie's a little touchy about her new hairstyle.
Was he making fun of my hair?
He says you look like Pete Rose.
Tonight at 10:30 on Portland CW.
We've got freezing rain rolling in right now. It's going to last the next several hours, especially in East County. That's where it'll be the worst.
Thanks for joining us here on Portland CW.
Have a great night. We'll see you soon.
The closed captioning on tonight's news is brought to you by Honda.
Mary, do you know how much disgrace you have brought upon yourself?
I've broken no vow.
A town that turned against them.
There is a will for this child, greater than my fear of what they may do.
A king determined to destroy them.
I will end this threat to my rule.
Their journey would change the world forever.
How do we raise such a child?
I wonder if I will even be able to teach him anything.
The Nativity Story, rated PG, starts Friday.
What you see here is the classic chocolate dipped dilly bar from Dairy Queen. But look closer, and you'll see a quarter-pound grill burger patty. Look closer still, and you'll see it comes with real cheddar cheese, leaf lettuce, and thick-cut tomato, all on a toasted bun. And try the quarter-pound bacon cheddar grill burger basket, now just $3.99. Great food and great treats. At DQ, there's more than one way to treat yourself.